is anyone happy with Warhammer's current state at the moment?
I'm not saying I hate you Games Workshop. I just think you're stupid. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Pint Cellar. I'm Jarvis, and I'm joined with Hubrecht. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, Lewis. I'm glad to be here again.
Yeah, and glad to have you here back on the show again, as always, sir. And I think today's going pretty well. I got my dog blessed by St. Francis today, so that was really cool.
That's you know what? I actually forgot that we could do that. My dog is being trained at the moment, so I cannot get him to be blessed. But yeah, I forgot that we could do that. You know, like when you think about blessings, you always think you can bless people, you can bless places, you can bless objects. You know, it kind of flies over my head the fact that you can bless pets as well. You know.
Yeah, and this might be a thing. I just heard you could do that this year, so I didn't.
Like,
for years, I never knew you could do that. So
yeah.
So it's like, I thought, why not? I'll get my dog blessed this year. I figured, why not?
Yeah, well, that's good. Now she does holy damage now.
Exactly, like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Does holy damage.
Yeah. So speaking of blessings, how is the non-controversy of Pope Leo blessing a block of ice?
You know, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask this to tradcasts out there, or just should I say Catholic LARPers, right? The church has like bones that can heal people. They have relics of saints' skulls, and even tongues. And we have histories of like blessing rivers, blessing mountains, blessing ships, blessing homes, and, blessing pets that we just talked about. But
blessing swords and spears.
Thank you. So with blessing animals, or, blessing a chunk of ice for the whole, prayer of, let's try to help with global warming. That's what you find to be hippie stuff, instead of like saying, oh, blessing our pets is not hippie, blessing the river's not hippie, having skulls is not superstitions, but that's what you consider superstition and hippie stuff, guys. I'm seriously.
Right. First of all, I'm not even mad at the trad cats. I'm kind of like a bit of a trad cat in to some degree. But here's the thing: like the ones that I get annoyed at is basically the schismatics and the heretics, meaning the Protestants and the Orthodox, that are like, oh, Pope Leo blessed a block of ice. He's a woke Pope. Oh, you need to convert to Orthodoxy or Protestantism. The church has fallen. No, it hasn't.
No. When I say tradcasts, I meant what I'm referring to are the LARPers. I even said that.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know.
It's like, Matt Walsh. Because I'm just saying, it's like, I even tweeted at him. That's what you're most angry about, dude. That fact that you're this angry, it's funny to me.
Yeah. Now, personally, I find most of the public displays of let's fight global warming to be like very cringe, like very cringe worthy, because I'm kind of mixed on the whole global warming thing to begin with. Like I do not agree on principle to take care of the earth. I just disagree on the let's throw pea soup at at works of art to combat global warming. And
that's obviously not what was happening.
Yeah.
It's just, the question of, like, I'm not even going to get to that deep of the conversation, but all I'm just saying is that we can be smarter on how we deal with things like fossil fuels, because that does have an effect on climate change. And it has shown that humans can affect the environments around them. So I'm just saying, and at this specific instance, what Pope Leo was doing is like, that's what you're upset about, guys?
However, if there's one, okay, like, yes, fair enough. However, and that's something that I'm going to have to agree with the heretics and the schismatics with. Oh, where's the message for the Christians slaughtered in Nigeria recently? And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's true. There has been no official statement from the Vatican, and that's actually very upsetting. I will say that, So yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like that's what your whole schism is about. Pope Leo has fallen. We need to save the church by destroying it.
Yeah. I mean, like the heretics and the schismatics are vultures at the end of the day. They have no real argument against the church other than things that have been very thoroughly debunked. Their only real strategy to justify their own existence is basically, look for, small controversies, ignoring their own controversies, and acting like vultures to like, oh, these random priests say this. Oh, you need to abandon the whole ship now and come to us. Because basically that's the whole strategy.
Because I'm just saying, guys, despite the Orthodox dressing up like wizards, they're probably more liberal than Vatican. Because you have priests that can get married, you have priests that allow divorce, and you have priests that say we should be more open to gay relationships, as in gay marriage.
And they have a lot of them that are very open, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very agreeable to contraception, which it's against church teaching, for example. So
I'm just saying, despite them dressing like wizards,
despite the Orthodox love to act the whole we're so trad, we haven't changed anything in almost 1,000 years. No, that's fucking false. That's fucking false. That's fake.
Yeah, because I would know, because when I was in high school, I was more attracted to Greek Orthodoxy, even though it's like, to me, by appearance, they looked like more ancient and more traditional than, the church was at the church I was going to at the time, or the church I was still going to.
Yes.
The whole other thing, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, it's like...
Also,
Okay, I'm just saying, because you calling Pope Leo a hippie pope is like... Be careful what you say, guys, because talking shit on the Pope could have gotten you flogged in medieval era. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, Pope Leo has been in office just a couple of months.
Yeah.
And after all the controversies around Pope Francis, this is the one that you're like, oh, he's a woke Pope. And like, over this... ignoring the fact that Pope Leo has been very firm in the fact that homosexual relationships are not going to be normalized in the church because that's against church teaching, despite the fact that he has made clear that, to be saved, you need to become Christian. This universalist stuff that, all religions are a path to, all religions count, it's against church teaching. So... He's very trad for a pope in that regard, but he blesses a block of ice, and you're like, wow, he's a woke pope. Oh, shut the fuck up.
If I cannot save it from your failures, Leo, then let the galaxy burn. Horse heresy.
Like I said, these people are these people are vultures. That's what they are.
Anyways, back onto the Warhammer stuff.
So
another Marnius Calgar Model Y.
I actually like it. I kind of like them.
Oh, here we go. It's like, what's wrong with Gravis armor? Gravis armor look cool.
I have nothing against Gravis armor. I just like Terminator armor more.
I'm just saying, it's like, another 4 years, are we going to get another Marnius Calgar models to feed the obese Space Marine fans?
To be fair, this actually gives me a bit of hope that the Blood Angel that the Blood Angels will be eventually fixed, because if they're willing to
hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. If they're willing to get another model for Calgar, just because he wasn't wearing his iconic Terminator armor, while the model is not that old, it stands to reason that the that the that the sanguinary guard can get new minis, because I cannot for a moment believe that those minis of the sanguinary guard have sold a lot.
The new Victrix guard looks so good, but how could you ruin Blood Angels and get Granary Guard? You did so well on Dark Angels. You did so well on Space Wolves. You're doing so great with Ultramarines. More Terminators. You couldn't even wait till 11th edition rolls around to show off like Victrix Guard or Terminators, right? But oh my goodness, you ruined the Sanguinary Guard for these guys. It's like three guys in the car celebrating. They're all happy, having a good time. But then there's the one guy who's the Blood Angel fan. He's having a miserable time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, part of me believes that the launch of the Assault Terminators has been partly motivated out of as an apology, because honestly, is anyone happy with Warhammer's current state at the moment?
I'm not saying I hate you, Games Workshop. I just think you're stupid. All right. Yeah. It's just that we are having like mediocre stories
shitty
right
lore,
now. Really
like
mediocre lore. Really mediocre lore. And the fact
price increases.
More price increases. Thank you. And it's like, here's a problem. Here's a solution. Let's do even more Space Marines. Let's fan up the Space Marine fan at the table despite his family starving.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
you can have, no, listen to me, bud. Here, you can have a brand new Lady Malice model, right? But in exchange, we have to give 10 units of Space Marines to make it equal.
Yeah, but, well, Space Marines are the best faction, so it's natural that they should envy their betters.
Oh, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, but, in all seriousness,
you guys need to learn to not be so gluttonous. Doing some gluttony ASMR now.
Like, it's
so good.
The funny thing about all of this is that I was convinced that Assault Terminators would be shown as the, kind of like the launch models for 11th edition.
Yes, me too. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, that I think the assault models, the Assault Terminator minis, so suddenly appearing, it's kind of an apology or like an attempt at one. Because, for example, with how shitty things have been, I haven't been motivated to do any painting for weeks now. Adding to the fact that I haven't been home. But for example, I'm halfway through No No Fear, the novel. Very good Warhammer Horus Heresy novel. One of the best, I hear, and I've been enjoying it a lot. But honestly, I haven't felt like, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't really felt like reading it. And this is one of the better Horus Heresy novels. And I think part of the reason why is that right now, the state of Warhammer is so deplorable that, it doesn't really make you want to participate in it. Well, at least for me,
I can get that. And it's like, I'm seeing my Knights of the Raven models right now. And I really got to paint them again. But I was enjoying myself painting those. But even still, sometimes Games Workshop annoys me so well where it's like, okay, let me have some fun with Space King for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Space King is great.
But before we even continue with something like that, can I just say, I'll say something good about the Terminators. They will make great Deathwing.
They will make great Salt Brethren.
I don't know that one, but
Salt Brethren, the elite of the Black Templars.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, yeah, they would. No, I didn't consider that, but yeah, it's like Deathwing, Dark Angels. They would definitely make for great Deathwing. I have a little force right here.
Yeah, but to be fair, like the Deathwing already has their unique Terminator, so like,
it's just
like, why not use those, right?
Well, yeah, it's just that there's the Assault Terminators, and then there's the. When I say Assault, how They're the ones with the
Yeah, yeah,
guns,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the assault terminators are the ones with the power claws
Oh,
and
that's what I
the
meant.
hammers and the shields.
Yeah, it's like because Deathwing is famous for being all Terminators, it would make sense that you have like a diverse set of Terminator units. So yes, there is the fancy Night Terminators from the Deathwing, but then there's also the vanilla variants that you would use for any other situation.
Oh yeah, sure.
And you know what? With every up, there's a down. There is a kill team. And even though there's even more Space Marines because of Space Wolves, God hates Space Wolves. Teaser for an earlier episode.
You know what?
The benefit? Hold on, sir. The benefit is that we got Tau stealth suits. And it's like, nice.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, okay, that's good that they got new stealth suits, but
Tau make great death.
what I feel about the Tau, it's like,
Tau are having really, to me, the best kill team units.
Really?
Yeah, because there's there's Crude, there's Vespids, there's
okay, yeah, I can get that. When you say it like that, yeah, I kind of get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, and it, I have started to hate the Space Wolves even more, I think.
What, because of how good they are with Model
No,
Wars?
not because of that. Because, remember when okay, audience, we didn't publish this, but I basically had an entire rant about the treatment of the recent Black Templar lore and how they want to turn them into the Marines Malevolent.
Right, that's right.
And how they need to fix that because that's like completely contrary to every previous portrayal of them and in the novels, in the previous codex. It's basically they in the recent codex they basically took an entire dump on everything likable about the faction, and the codex was so poorly written that one, it didn't even have pictures for the entirety of the units in the codex.
That's
and two,
right.
The codex, the codex couldn't even keep its own story straight. So basically, we're back at the Black Templars hate all psychers, okay?
That part.
Even the loyal ones like astropaths. There's a real problem with this. In that same line, in that same line of text, the book claims that but the Black Templars respect codex that are blessed by the Emperor and very loyal. And I'm like,
so astropaths.
I mean, like astropaths, yeah, like
or navigators.
So they hate astropaths, but they don't hate astropaths. This is so fucking poorly written, like unbelievably bad. Like it's written by someone that cannot write for shit, first, and second, that clearly has a hate boner for the faction. That you can tell he doesn't like them. So yeah, fuck that codex, fuck this edition, and fuck this attempted slander at my guys.
Right,
my guys are the greatest.
All right,
the greatest chapter there is. The greatest chapter there is, and I will not tolerate the slander by. I will not tolerate this slander by heretics and soy boys. So my TED talk is over. Thank you.
Okay, Vizzy Pop, thank you for your rant. Now,
shut up. Shut up.
People can edit this and be like, if Pint Cellar was written by Vizzy Pop.
Yeah, I know.
Now listen to me. Listen, Chrono the Harley Quinn or Live from the Black Library, thank you. He actually talked about, lore issues with the Black Templars, and we were sharing thoughts on this on the Discord where it's like, I personally liked how I think it was in maybe 8th edition, maybe 9th, where it was like the Black Templars, they hate Psychers, but they, like I said, they love astropaths and, quote on, I would also say navigators because they can see the Emperor's beacon, which is the Astronomicon, which guides Imperial ships across the warp, which to me I like because that means they're not stupid where it's like, we hate Psychers, we gotta kill Psychers, but at the same time, we need them to travel through space. So we're going to treat them like prisoners. I guess you could say that's dark. But at the same time, I like the fact that they do like astropaths and navigators because, they can see the Astronomicon, they can travel through space. They can sort of see them as being part of the Emperor, which I like. It's just that going back to them hating, both navigators and psychers, it's like that kind of makes you hypocrites, though, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah, and I get that that's kind of part of the grimdark, but there's a difference between grimdark and grimderp. Like the Templars could not do anything without navigators and astropods, so it makes sense why they would use an internal justification to be able to use them that aligns with their religiosity. Ergo, the astropods literally go through a soul-binding ritual with the Golden Throne and the Emperor, so they literally been touched by the Emperor, and the navigators literally can see the Astronomicon. So those things would be things that the Black Templars latch onto to justify working with them without contradicting their own religious beliefs and hatred for the mutant and the witch. So it made sense. That was well written, because while it reduced the Black Templars, a stereotype of being angry all the time, it made sense internally from the point of view of the faction. Now it's literally just grimdark. And it's grimdark that can't even keep its own story straight, as we have illustrated. Also, I like Chrono's video. It basically touched everything that basically I agree with everything. But man, did he need to be so mean to us at the same time?
Sometimes Black Templar profile picture people cannot move on from Flashgitz.
You're talking to one of those, right?
Yes, I'm talking to one of those. Yeah. It's like, what do you mean by one of those?
I can say a lot of things about Xenos fans as well. So and I'm talking to one of those. So pardon me if I take exception to that.
All right, yeah, fair is fair. I'm just saying, Space Marines can LARP about being the finest there is, but I'm just saying, doesn't mean much when you get sniped by a railgun and ruins your gene seed. I will just say that.
Armor of Contempt, roll charge, 12 in charge, Tau and railgun dies.
Yeah, I want to imagine, in a scenario, a Tau uses his railgun as Space Marine, and it doesn't technically go through the armor, but because the armor withstands railgun shot, but at the same time his entire organs are turned to a soup because of the shock of the impact, and he'd be like, I lived, and pukes out his entire organs.
That's literally what dreadnoughts are for.
But you know what? With our talk on Flashgitz and our talk of Space Marine earlier, and because how I say sometimes I took a break from Warhammer to enjoy Space Marine, I don't think there's ever going to be a time we're ever going to bring this up again. So why not just have a quick thing on this? What are your thoughts on Space Marine, bud?
I love it.
Yeah, it's like...
I love it. It's really, really funny. It's like Space King is what most comedy cartoons or series wish they would have, because most of the adult comedy series that I know of at the current moment are so boring, so unfunny that that the fact that they keep getting millions to be made is it's astounding. Like, it's what Rick and Morty wish it could be. Like, the only adult animation that I would say is funny other than Space King is Smiling Friends.
Oh yeah. Even then, I think adult cartoons, they think that being funny is swearing and having sex jokes. I'm talking about Netflix original cartoon shows that try to you know what I mean? Like the Netflix cartoon show that's meant to appeal to boomers and Gen X. Or even late millennials. But what I will say about Space King is that it kind of reminds me of Spaceballs, and how it's like one part parody of Star Wars, but also one part it enjoys Star Wars, and kind of but at the same time carries its own weight to be its own thing.
Yeah, you're making a parody, but it's not a mean-spirited parody. It's
Like,
not
it's
like
not The
you're
Boys.
parodying this because you hate it and you want to criticize it, and you want to take a jab at it, and you want to drag its name through the mud.
Mhm.
And while a lot of people would say, "Oh, that's not how parody works," no. In the current state of things, when you make a parody, it's most of the time is because you actually want to ridicule something. Like it's what you're laughing at something. Space
Right.
King is laughing with you. Like it's parodying Warhammer, but it's laughing with it. It's not trying to say like, "Oh, look how stupid and dumb this is."
It's not like The Boys, where it has so
Yeah.
much hate towards superheroes and so much contempt for superheroes that it ends up becoming annoying.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Random Hub, he describes this best. This is a channel owned by Alternate History Hub, where it says too much hatred towards something can be as annoying and obnoxious as the thing it's making fun of.
Yes. Basically.
Yeah, but Space King, to those who somehow don't know, it's like Flashgitz' original show where it involves like these space marines called Cycle Warriors. It's their answer to Space Marines, in which they're trying to find relics to hopefully one day bring back Space King, who is their version of God Emperor. But what's funny about Space King is that it's their version of gene seed is called globules, which is basically like
they're literally balls.
Yeah, balls. Like super balls that go into a kid's nutsack, and they become adult psycho warriors. Like kind of like their version. It's kind of like having a little, I don't want to say tease, but it's basically like, what if we do like the Space Marine gene seed process, but it's with testicles.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it is really funny, and at the same time too, it does carry its own weight of having its own identity, where I can imagine if these were like models, like Warhammer models, people will have like unlimited amount of color schemes for their own Psycho Warriors.
Yeah. I agree.
Chestnut is the main character. I'm just going to say that.
No, Hate Monger is the main
character. Is the mascot. But I say I love Chestnut because he's so like innocent. It's like, Captain, I don't feel like the boys respect me.
They don't.
It's like, Bryce, we don't hate you. We just think you're stupid.
They should replace me with Terry. Wait, I can do that? I choose Terry.
What? Because what I love about that, thinking back on it, is that I don't think captain, that's literally one of the characters' name. He doesn't hate Terry. It's just that he finds him stupid and dumb with some of his like schemes and plots, or how he does like weapons and stuff. It's just that with someone like Terry, yeah, he's more like simple. He's like, he doesn't overthink things. It's like, I think it could be better done. Do better with this guy.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Now, is it keep it simple, comma stupid, as in calling him stupid?
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. I think so. I think so.
But yeah, it's like, I can't wait to see more of like what they can do with like Space King lore and all the different like their own versions of Warhammer factions that they could do for a saying like this, because we saw versions of Tau, we saw their own version of like Gene Stealer Tyranids, being those red aliens from episode 2.
Yeah.
And I think
sorry.
And also what I really liked is that how in episode 3 is kind of, I think it has like the most interesting design for like robots that I can see in something like sci-fi, because they're almost like one part Necron and one part Men of Iron. I really like that.
Yeah. I mean, they're supposed to be AI, so I suppose that they're supposed to be like Men of Iron inspired, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I like it, and I think it's a fun show. I like it.
Yeah, that's good. No, yeah, I like it a lot. I also, it has to be said, No girls allowed.
No girls allowed. It's that simple.
You know, I need to point this out because it's really funny. I love that the usual suspects when Space King came out and when the episode 3 came out and everyone was enjoying it, it's kind of like, well, didn't you get it? It's laughing at you. Didn't you understand satire? And Tom and Don literally in clip of the afterword of the show express that no, they would hate female space marines too.
Yeah,
like
they
they're
hate
making
female
fun of
space
the
marines.
people. Yeah, like
So they're like
making
little
fun
boys.
of the people. Yeah, they're making fun of the people who constantly ask for them. And I love that how pretty much that pretty much exposed how disingenuous and malicious those type of people are. Anything at all, they will say it's satire, it's making fun of you. They cannot even reason as to why. That's their automatic response. They're so arrogant as to think that every piece of media imaginable is about them.
Yeah, but also I like how they're almost like being like little I don't want to say preschool kids, but at least like when we're young boys and we're always like no girls allowed in this space. And they even had a commercial where it's like, Mom says you have to let me play Space King with you. And he's like,
Mindy.
Yeah, Space King says no girls allowed.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, because girls are yucky.
I would buy some of their merch if their merch wasn't so expensive.
Yeah, and yeah, unfortunately, that kid will have to let his sister play with him or else the mom takes away the GameCube. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like we're all trying to have a fun sleepover, but now we have to invite the stupid sister. Gross.
Who wants to play with girls?
It's like they're yucky. They have cuties. Ew. They like Barbie and color pink. What are we doing with our lives?
The Space King lunchbox that they're selling literally has a Space King themed condom.
What the fuck? I didn't see that. That's why it's blurred.
The sacred and holy chastity seal Space King protects.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know what to say to that. It's like I don't have words. What the fuck? I don't know what to say.
No girls allowed cup.
Oh.
Okay. It comes with a Space King mini, cup, condom, and
are we talking about like a plastic condom? What is this?
Yeah, in the casing for a lighter. It doesn't have the lighter component, but it's the casing for a lighter.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Okay,
that's so random.
Okay, yeah, like look at the description of the box. You're getting the metallic relic box. You will get tons of P word. Metal Space King relic cup. There's little girls being thrown into a volcano on it. Metal Space King 2-inch idol. You can talk to him whenever you want. Metal flame of Space King lighter case. Try not to set things or people on fire while using the case. Space King chastity seals. For the law of God, do not use these. We are not responsible for any little psycho warriors you accidentally make.
Oh my god.
Letter from Space King.
I shouldn't say that. Don't take the
literally
Lord's name in
wrote this just for you.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain, Lewis. Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
I'm almost tempted to buy a lunchbox just for the law of it.
How much? I wonder how much the sweater is, but it's like I just can't imagine like shipping costs where it's like forget it.
It's almost 3,000K on my end. Yeah, like no, that's too much.
Yeah, I don't know how that much in Canadian money, so I guess I'll have to look it up later. But it's like it's not necessarily the product price. It's more like, here's also the shipping price, and it's like,
Yeah, like that always um that always makes things more expensive than they
yeah,
ought to be.
it's like,
Maybe buying a shirt from them because I actually want to support the show. Like,
yeah, at least
but,
have that be like a pajama shirt, because I always wear stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I bought a Kesha t-shirt on my concert that I went to for Kesha this summer. It was fun, so I got a shirt.
Hey, Lewis, they have free shipping on orders of $125 up to the continental US, to UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. So, like if you buy the lunchbox, like since the lunchbox is $149, then the shipping would be free according to them. Just so you know.
But what about like swear wise?
What about what?
What about things like shirts and stuff?
Oh, shirts are $42. So like,
Okay.
if for the free shipping stuff, you would need to buy several of them, But
Yeah, never mind. Maybe. Oh, but then again, it's like I gotta be careful with money these days.
oh yeah, I agree. I'm not saying you need to buy this, Lewis. I'm just saying that's a thing that you can.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right, and I understand.